realest hood I ever been in. Like the most naked experience I've experienced. Like the level of clarity, there's no hiding in motherhood. It's like rapid growth. That's how my postpartum has been. Rapid change. The year number 5, 2021. So 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5. So 5 is the number of transformation and change. Motherhood, in my experience thus far, has been one of rapid change, rapid growth, rapid transformation. So a lot of lessons, a lot of shadow work, a lot of rebirth, and just really finally, and I feel like I've been on this path for a minute, but I finally feel like I'm authentic in my self-defining. Like the level of authenticity that's coming through now. I thought I was authentic before, and I was at that time, but I've been really just getting to the core of my being. Motherhood has just been naked. It's been courageous. It's scary. It's been beautiful though. It's been a lot of love and light, but there's also darkness, and light just can't exist without darkness. So don't think I'm no love and light, Nope, we're gonna get into all of it. We're gonna get into all of it on this channel. Yeah, it's a lot of things. Like, you can't even really put it into words, but what I can say is it's the most naked I felt. And so with that, that's a good thing, because you can see yourself. So I feel like that on a spiritual level now. I think before having a child, I had so many distractions, and it wasn't anybody's fault or anything like that, no excuse, but I just didn't have to focus on that. I didn't have to really zero in every single day. So that changed everything. I shed a lot, even throughout the pregnancy process. I was vegan, plant-based for the past 4 or 5 years before I was pregnant. As soon as I got pregnant, I was sick, nonstop. I couldn't get up from the couch, nothing. And smoothies would just make me whoa. It was too much. So I was like, you know what? I need some curry goat. I think I need some curry goat. And I'm not going to bash myself about it. I'm not going to, this is what my body wants right now, for whatever reason. And I know some people will be like, well, you might have been liking some vitamins, minerals. I was doing CMOS, I was doing all my other stuff, but that's what my body wanted. And that's kind of how I knew it was a boy. I decided, you know what? This pregnancy, I'm going to start this. I'm going to normalize doing what I need to do for me. I'm going to normalize following my intuition, because I don't want to, be so rigid that I can't adapt. And pregnancy was all about adaptability. So I started to eat meat, and I was like, I'm not about to guilt trip myself. If I'm gonna eat it, I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna make sure it's clean. I'm gonna make sure it's organic. I'm gonna make sure, it's the best source I can get it from. But I'm gonna have me some curry goat. I don't give a But anyway, yeah, so I enjoyed it. I enjoyed eating chicken again. I ain't ate it in so long. So good. So yeah, so that was that. And I remember telling my husband, I think, because he was like, we had a whole thing. Yeah, we had a whole thing, because, he what are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm like, you know what? I'm doing this. I don't care what you say. I don't care what they say. This is what I'm doing. And all the elders that I came across, all the black mama, the old black mamas, they like, you eat whatever you want, baby. You eat whatever you want. And at first I was like, no, they just saying I ain't gonna do that. We healing over here. We breaking generational curses and things. And I'm like, you know what? There's some wisdom in that you need to follow your body. And I learned that through that process, That's exactly how birth was. Birth shook me to my core because it was nothing I could control. Everything that I said I didn't want to do, the things that I was like, I don't want to do it like that. I ain't gonna lay down. I ain't gonna, I thought I had it planned out, and that just shows you the Creator has a much better plan that you don't even know at the moment. You may think that you know. All we're doing is co-creating, but that instills there's a partnership going on. So you're not in control. That's the ego. It's like, oh, I'm in control of this. Lots of ego, but that's neither here nor there. Following your intuition, following your guides. And I also felt like, I was telling my husband, like, I feel like I'm eating meat because I'm being called to really ground myself. And this was, again, we were pregnant during the middle of the panoramic. So, I feel like my spirit was really just trying to gain some girth. Like it was just trying to ground itself. Like, let me get earthly. Let me really like settle into this. Like his spirit, my son's spirit was like, I need some extra something to come through at this time. And that's what I felt. So for me, it wasn't so much about the cravings, because that was easy to be like, oh, I'm just not gonna eat it. But spiritually, I felt like, no, I need to eat some meat. I need to ground myself. I need to be like just completely in my desire. But that's exactly how birth was. My birth was a lot of what I wanted, but it was also some stuff I did not want. And it was still beautiful. So, that's that. That's one aspect. One thing I learned through motherhood, like you got to flow. Don't do too much. Okay? Like you think you know, you don't. Just be ready to find out. Okay? Just be ready to go within and figure out. Just be ready to sit down and listen. Just be ready to receive the answers, receive the things. And that's that on that. I shed a lot throughout pregnancy. I shed ideas. I shed, like I said, diets and rigidity. Certain feelings that I had harbored up. Just, how we go on this journey and we just think about like all the things we didn't get from our parents, and we kind of internalize it and get angry and resentful. Like, you know what? They didn't give me this, so I'm gonna break these generation curses. And it's not coming from a place of healing, but a place of resent. So I released a lot of that. Like, you know what? They did their best, and I'm gonna do my best. Because I don't want my child to judge me so harshly. And I think that's something that we do for sure. Judge me so harshly that they miss the things I did put in front of them, because I'm still dealing with stuff. I'm still healing. I'm still I'm not perfect. We're not perfect, and I think that's something to keep in perspective. So I released a lot of that. Also lost some friends. That's a whole nother video, I think. And not completely, some completely, but some of them was just like in the capacity I thought they were going to be there. They weren't. Lost weight at first, like physically, I'm losing weight. I shed so much. So motherhood, it was like coming into motherhood, I felt after birth like that was the initiation. And then every single day, I get initiated again to another levels of spiritual wisdom, another level of femininity, another level of wifehood, even, because I learned so much about me as a person through motherhood. Like, who am I really? But all in all, motherhood has been growth, bravery, courage. It's been soft when it needed to. Everything is so hard with motherhood. I really don't like that narrative. Okay, so I'm still only almost a year in December into motherhood. So yeah, I'm grateful for the experience of motherhood. I'm grateful for the opportunity to mother, and yeah, I'm just so thankful to be in this position. Um, though it has its days, some of the stuff, it's like trusting the seeds you're planting, because you don't see the harvest just yet. Postpartum ain't no easy thing, okay? But it's rewarding. It truly is. Yeah, but yeah. So that's all I want to say. Peace, y'all.